A very good day to our lecturer, Tuan Muhammad Zaki bin Yahaya. My name is Hui Zheng. My metric number is 01DE20F1012, and my partner, CHING Xuan, his metric number is 01DE20F1018. We are from DEE3A, and today we are going to do the graph and chart presentation. Okay, now I will show you the graph. Okay, as you can see, this is the bar graph. Okay, from the bar graph shows the carbon dioxide emission from the electric power sector from 1990 to 2015. The y-axis shows the amount of carbon dioxide emissions in million metric tons, and the x-axis shows the years from 1990 to 2015. Next, there are three types of elements that contribute in the carbon dioxide emissions, which are coal, presented in the darkest blue, natural gas, presented in the darker blue, and lastly, others, presented in lightest blue. Okay, now I will analyze the graph for you. Okay, based on the graph, approximately 75% of carbon dioxide emission was from coal. About 15% carbon dioxide emission was from natural gas, and about 10% was from other source. These percentage are throughout the years from 1990 to 2015. Okay, next, the amount of carbon emissions from the electric power sector is the highest at about 2,400 million metric tons in 2007. Okay, from 1990 to 1995, the amount of carbon emission from the electric power sector rose slightly from 1,700 million metric tons to 1,900 million metric tons. Next, from 1995 to year 2000, the amount of carbon dioxide emission rose significantly by about 300 million metric tons. Next, from 2000 to 2005, the amount of carbon dioxide emissions from the electric power sector fluctuated between 2,100 million metric tons to a maximum of 2,400 million metric tons. Okay, from my conclusion, from 1990 to year 2005, we can see that the carbon dioxide emission from the electric power sector increased by 41% from 1990 until 2005. Why does it increase so much? Okay, based on my study, as cities developed and the industrial areas expanded, the electricity demand also will increase with the city growth and the industry growth, and therefore more fuels were used to generate more electricity, and therefore more carbon dioxide was emitted from the power sector. Okay, from year 2006 to 2015, I will pass it to my partner, Mr. Ching, and please give him a very good welcome.
Right. So first, I have to thanks to my partner, Zheng. So I'm CHING. So next on, I'm gonna discuss about the part of the graph from the year of 2005 to 2015. All right. So the elements in my part are the same as what my partner has explained before. So later, I will present my analysis on the graph about its trends, and also I will give some of my justification on my analysis. Right, next. So firstly, started from year 2005 to 2010, the emission of carbon dioxide oscillated over the 5 years. So these might be due to the varied of energy consumptions in different sectors, such as the commercial or the industrial uses. So secondly, the sudden fall in carbon dioxide emission from electrical power sector around 250 million metric tons was occurred after 2008. However, an unexpected bounce back of the carbon dioxide emission to 2,300 billion metric tons from 2009 to 2010 had appeared just after the drop in 2008. So next, the emission of carbon dioxide from other sources was stayed constant in a quite low value from year 2010 to 2015. So notwithstanding the last statement, the natural gas, its in the electrical power sector, has noticeably rose in the emission of carbon dioxide by 300 million metric tons, which begin from 2007. So furthermore, a substantial drop in the emission of carbon dioxide by 300 million metric tons, which was near to 13%, was able to be found betwixt 2010 and 2012. Next, then the drop was followed by a maintain around 2,000 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emission for 2 years. So lastly, in 2015, the emission of carbon dioxide from the electrical power sector had dropped considerably to a value circa 1,900 million metric tons, which was also the lowest emission from 1990 to 2015. Alright, so that's all for the part of my analysis. And next, I will give a simple conclusion on my analysis. Right. So in a nutshell, the data of graph from 2005 to 2015 differed where included the rose and the drop. So the difference in carbon dioxide emission in 2005 and 2015 was slightly lower than to 20%, right? So with the progress of time, that the demand of the electricity in commercial and industrial uses had reached a zenith, which these circumstances eventually will lead to the, the growth in the emission of carbon dioxide from the electrical power sector. But even so, the promote of renewable energy can also be seen from the diminish in carbon dioxide emission from the year 2010 to 2015. Right, so that's all from me. And this comes to the end of the presentation. Thank you.